Have you ever wondered why, despite the gold, diamonds, uranium, cobalt, and oil that abound in this continent, Africa continues to be impoverished? While cameras only zoom in on starving children and shattered villages, few speak of the Leviathan machine that sucks Africa's riches dry every day. Here is how the system operates. Step 1. Corruption. Bribe the bosses. Establish offshore accounts. Cover them in luxury. Send their kids to expensive foreign schools. Step 2. Long-term contracts. Request 50-year concessions, tax breaks, and no environmental control. The money goes out, and the people are left with dust no picture. This setting on one of the world's largest stages, the World Economic Forum in Davos. The room was abuzz as 60 countries' leaders convened to discuss economic sovereignty in a multipolar world. Among the usual suspects, Trump with his elaborate motorcade, European leaders in bespoke suits. Was a surprise guest, Captain Ibrahim Traoré, a 34-year-old Burkina Faso leader, while the others ascended to prominence with Western support or generals in smoke. Filled rooms, Traoré ascended because of the will of his people. His humble, diminutive delegation was in diametrical opposition to Trump's show, and that one fact alone said volumes about his leadership style. The session started off on predictable lines. Trump took center stage, threatening to unleash horrors if Western economics was abandoned. But when Traoré addressed the agricultural reforms of Burkina Faso, Trump interrupted him, patronizing, belittling, brushing aside African solutions as inapplicable. Then came the kick. In characteristic bluntness, Trump snarled, "Let's be realistic here. We don't need rookie African leaders putting on military fatigues, faking that they can lead." The room came to a standstill, gasp restless fidgeting in the chairs. But Trey didn't bat an eye. Steady and calm, he related Aminata's story, a 70-year-old woman who had trekked 15 kilometers just to see him. She had said to him, "I wanted to see the young man who remembers that leadership is about serving people, not impressing foreigners." Her words became his compass, and that day, his weapon. With silent ferocity, Traoré exposed the history of Africa's exploitation. Uranium from Niger, powering European reactors, gold from Ghana filling Western coffers, diamonds from South Africa glittering on foreign markets, centuries of plunder masquerading as progress. "You say we're inexperienced," he said with a forcefulness that brooked no argument. "But it is we who have survived centuries of your exploitation. If survival during that isn't experience, then what is?" Then he turned the tables. While others pursued debt and reliance, Burkina Faso had embraced sustainability. Within 3 years, food production had increased by 40%. Wells were dug, literacy levels improved, all through local resources, free of foreign chains. The contrast was stark. Trump's record of bankruptcies and self-dealing deals versus Traoré's record of community service. The issue was no longer whether African leaders were inexperienced. It was whether the world was prepared to honor that experience. The mood changed. Delegates leaned forward. Africans in the room felt a wave of pride wash over them. Even European doubters started nodding in unwilling respect. Trump's boasting seemed petty next to Traoré's subdued integrity. At last, Traoré landed the knock-out blow. "The difference between us is not experience. It is this: whether you serve yourself or whether you serve your people." Thunderous applause shook the hall. Global South delegates stood up. Social media erupted as his words went viral, spreading around Africa and the world. For the first time in a long time, the world wasn't ridiculing African leadership. It was listening. Traoré's address was hailed as a turning point in the days that followed. A reminder that authentic leadership is not measured in riches, titles, or arrogance, but in service, humility, and integrity. And at that moment, a single young African leader rose up not only for Burkina Faso, but for a continent long undervalued. His words reminded the world of a mighty truth. Dignity, born of service, has the ability to alter history.